Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And in this video, we are going to discuss how to create a VNet to VNet connection. So in our last video, we have seen how to create a peering, right? So basically peering the transition, data transmission or communication happen over the internet. So if you want to use Azure's backbone network connectivity to enable communication, so we can use VNet to VNet connection option. All right, so first requirement is we need to have a VNet gateway subnet in both of the VNets. So within these VNets, we are going to create virtual gateways, virtual network gateways. So then we are going to create a connection between these gateways and that enable communication between both of the VNets. So I'm using same resources. I have a machine here in central India with a public IP address. I have another machine in US West 3, right? And so I connected to this machine and I'm trying to ping this US West machine now. So the communication is not there. Okay, so now if you want to enable communication, so first navigate to both of the VNets, navigate to virtual networks, go to this compute RG VNet, navigate to subnets and click on this plus symbol. You see here there is a subnet option. Next to that we have an option called gateway subnet. So if you want to use this virtual private gateways, so we must have a gateway subnet. So you see here it created, for example, if this gateway, if this subnet is not available, this option is going to be highlighted. So let me quickly show you that. Oh, I have a gateway inside that. Right. So you click on this gateway subnet in Mumbai or Central India VNet as well as US West 3 VNet. So once this subnet got created, so then we are good to go and create virtual network gateways. So I already created two virtual network gateways. So the reason this virtual network gateway creation is going to take around 40 to 50 minutes, the resource creation. So I'll show you how to create these. First, click on create. So if even if you observe this diagram, we need to have subnet in VNet A and we need to have a subnet in VNet B. And we need to have a virtual network gateway here in VNet A as well as in VNet B also. So now, if you want to enable communication between two VNets, so you need to have two virtual network gateways in their respective VNets. So click on create. So then choose a subscription and what is a name you want to give. Okay, so this is a Mumbai VNet virtual network gateway, and in what region you want to. So it's Central India, and the gateway type is VPN, not express route, and route based SKU. We can go and choose basic, that is designed for development purpose. It is kind of legacy. So we have an option like VPN gateway 1, gateway 2, and so these different options we have. So good to go with VPN gateway 1 and generation. So once you choose the generation, there is no option to reconfigure this. There is no option to change it. Now go and choose in what virtual network you want to deploy this. You select it and you select the subnet. So it's prompting this error because I already have a gateway, right? So we cannot create multiple. So just go and select the subnet. So then public IP address, yes, we required a public IP address for this. So go and select create one, whatever the name you want to give, you add that name here, then click on review, create. So this is one we are creating for Central India. So then go and create another one for another VNet. Okay, let's assume this as a US West 3 virtual network gateway. So then you go and select similar options, what generation you want to use. Here also you required a public IP address. So then create. So as I told you, this creation is going to take around 40 to 50 minutes. So once these two created, so then you need to create a connection between these two. So basically it required reciprocal connection. So we need to create one from this gateway. We need to create one from this gateway. All right, let's go to my Central India virtual network gateway. Navigate to connections here in left pane. So then click on add. So you give a meaningful name. I'm going to call this as India to West US is a connection name I'm giving. So the connection type is VNet to VNet connection. So if you want to if you want to enable communication to on-premise and all, so you can choose site to site, VNet and also for now, go with the VNet to VNet and click on the first network gateway as we are creating for this uh, VNet. It's going to pick that gateway automatically. So then select the second one. So we are going to create with the US West. So select that and you can give a shared key. Um, I'm just giving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. So then click on OK. So now a connection is creating from this Mumbai Central one. So when we go to this US West 2, under connections, you can even find it, but it is in updating state. So, but not only that, you need to create, if you were expecting two-way communication and all, so then go to connections and create one here from US West VNet also. Click on add, so then provide a name. This is like a US West to India, VNet to VNet, and go and select the um, central virtual network gateway. So you gave the ID same, then click on OK. So it's recommended to give a complex passkeys, not just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is not at all recommended. Those are some easily guessable ones. Right, so you can see here the status is updating. The status is updating. So once it is the creation is succeeded under connections, so you can find that it is active and all. So once this got changed its status, so we can see the communication. Earlier, whenever we tried to ping this, it's failed. But now, once the connection got created, it will work. So this is going to take around 3 to 4 minutes or 5 minutes. So once it got created, okay, creation success. US West to India is completed. All right, both completed. Now, still status is updating. Now status. Sometimes it will change status to unknown, and sometimes it will show status as a not connected. So by looking at the status, we can tell whether the creation is completed or not. So, but sometimes whenever it is in unknown status, also the communication will work. Let's see. You see here, it started communicating now. So you can even get connected to it. So with the help of the deployed virtual network gateways. Along with these virtual network gateways, if you want to enable communication to on-premise, so we can use an option called express route and another option called site-to-site route connection. So we need to download a configuration and we need to share that configuration with the networking team or firewall department or firewall who have access on firewall. They need to configure it in on-premise side and we need to configure that from our Azure side. All right, so that is how exactly you can create virtual network gateway and you can enable communication between Azure Vnet to Azure Vnet. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Please subscribe.